Okay, so we're going to start the installation here. First we got to take out the old steps, and the bolts are 9/16 down there. I broke them free a little bit with a regular combination wrench, and now I'm going to just use my little DeWalt impact to take them off. So we'll get to that. Okay, let's get to it. Probably wear safety glasses for the dust and dirt. I've got one that's kind of rolling in here, so try to hold it in place. Nope, that's not gonna work. Grab my hand up. I'll work with that in a minute. Alright, I have a, I forget what kind of bolts that's called, cap bolt that goes into the frame with the square. It's rolling around there, so I gotta figure that out. Okay, another tool. Okay, always something. Bingo. Okay. All right. So we got those 4 bolts, 2 on each side, 9/16. But I believe there is a couple of more little self-tapping screws in here I have to get out. Looks like a 3/8 back. Okay, yeah, so there was a couple of 3/8 self-tappers holding the bracket in. So I'm gonna take those out here. It's holding the carriage in the back there. Okay. The moment of truth. Okay. Got the last carriage bolts. Okay. 4 carriage bolts out, 2 self-tappers. Should be able to get this out like that. Like always, nothing is always easy. There's always something in there. Strip bolts, you know, a couple extra screws here. But we do have it out now, so this is the original setup from Lippert. You know, all in one carriage here. So we'll get this one out of the way and start on the next one. Okay, since I'm going to be doing this by myself without any help, I decided I'm going to use my floor jack to hold that up in place while I line up the holes and stuff. So there is a way you can take off all the stairs, put the cradle up, and then put the stairs on, but I'm lazy. I don't want to go through all that. So we'll be using the floor jack for this part of the installation. All right, let's get to it. Okay, so Torklift says about getting up as high as you can for the positioning in there. The lippert steps were down one different hole, so we will see which hole is going to fit in there. It's looks like it's going to be pretty close, so we'll check it out. So I need to get some hardware. Okay, I went and got the new hardware pack. Get different sizes. I'm going to go with the size that we took out, the 9/16 heads on there, the thicker ones. So we'll put the 4 bolts in there to get the steps in. So, see if we're lined up. That's actually pretty close. So, that's not good. It looks like we got to extend the steps to get to the hole. See how well this. Okay, now I can get to the holes. Let's see. Bolt in there. We'll start with that. Get one started. I'm going to use a flat washer on the back because all they gave you is a lock washer. So that way it doesn't pull through the metal. Or is it dirty enough around? Oh, isn't that nice? So the lock washers I gave you with the nuts are not big enough. Find some more over here. Oh, look, we even got the flat sides. Okay, so there's another bag of hardware that actually has the lock washers and flat washers in there. And then I'm not sure what these 2 pins are for. They're not pins, but little bolts. So don't know what those are for yet, but we're just winging it. So let's try this. Lock washer. And that. At least get one started on both sides. Like I said, I'm doing this by myself, and we'll see how this works. That's 2. Lucky you can get the other ones in. There's 3. And that's 4. So before I tighten them up, I like to check the fittings on here. So I'm going to loosen this down. It should support now. Okay. That would be the lock position. Let's see if it can fit in there. Real tight on my particular trailer, but it's still doable. So there's 3 settings that will adjust this. See how high that is. So that's the bottom. That's the next one. And that's the top one. I like the top one. It's pretty close. So get this jack out the way. Just like to test fit everything before I tighten everything. So that would basically be in there. And they say you just lift it out and then pull it as an accordion out. And then step down. That actually looks pretty good. Where it's at. What's that look like inside? Yeah, it looks like it's a little high. So I think if we just lower the legs here. Yeah, that's nice and level on the runs up. So I'm thinking that this is pretty good. I think this is where we'll go. As I say, to close it, just come up, accordion it in, come down, lift the latch bar up, put it in, and then put your lock pin in. So now I'll get under there and tighten everything up. We're lucky that it's still a 9/16, so we'll go back onto the driver. We need a wrench in this one to hold the back sides. So, you know what? Oh yeah, they do. So I'm actually at this point, I'll stop the video, but I'm going to add these 4 washers to the inside. That way it's not scraping up the metal. So we'll get back to it after that. Okay, so we got the other flat washers in there that I forgot to put in the first time. So now we'll go ahead and tighten it up and level it out. So we'll wrench on one side. Let's see, righty-tighty, righty-tighty, righty-tighty. Wrench up in there. Other side here. plumb and level. This needs to come down back a little bit to level it out. Okay. Difficult. Ready. Back in place. This side. This one. Always like to check and make sure everything is square and level before I finish tightening everything. That goes in. Oh yeah, it works a lot better for the pin too. So we like where that's at. That down and finish tightening. Okay, last thing is I'll take 2 wrenches to do it by hand. I don't like to trust an impact for that type of stuff. I always like to know what I've got in there because we got lock washers instead of nylock nuts. So let me go get a wrench, finish that up, and we'll check it again. Okay, we got another 9/16 wrench. So now we got 2. We'll do the final tightening here. Righty-tighty. More. All right, everything is tight. do a final check on everything. Move stuff out the way. Washers and stuff out of the way. Close this up. That. Out the way. All right. Bar. Like I was saying, there's 3 different levels there. That's all the way down there. That's the next one up. And that's the top. So a very low lip there. Just pull out, step down. Oh wow, that is so much more solid. The wife will really enjoy that. So. It's not so high of a step either. So, nice wide platform. Nice wide platform on the steps. Very solid. No flex or movement. Like I said, I like the adjustable here. I noticed at the top it does seem a little low, or the step is really low there. Wife might like it, but let's just see. Come down to right there. Yeah, that feels just a hair high. So I guess the top is the best for, at least at this. I know my wife will like it. So right there. Much stable. Alright, so there we have it. This is the Torklift Glowstep step install. Very nice. I don't really lose anything for ground clearance there. Maybe an inch or so, but I don't think there's ever going to be an issue with that. I like the way the form and fit and finish is. I think we're going to try this out for a couple of weeks, get an honest review of it, and then we'll let you know. Okay, so there you have it. My camera is saying 29 minutes for the install, 30 minutes. Old one's out, new one's in. Can't beat that. That was pretty easy. Didn't have to use any shims or anything like that. We'll try them out and let you know how that goes. Until then, peace. And remember, like and subscribe. Adventures with the Loves. Bye.